Someone asked me a great question today. This is great. We can set Z-Wave device parameters in an IQ panel, but where do I get those parameters from? Some Z-Wave controllers like Z-Wave JS, Hubitat, or the Z-Box give you easy to read labels for each parameter, and sometimes even the definitions for each option. The IQ panels, however, don't. There, you need to know the parameter number and the exact format of the value before you even start, which makes detailed parameter information critical. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how I go about finding the detailed parameter documentation for different types of devices. This is worth knowing even if you're on Z-Wave JS, Hubitat, or ZBox, because those built-in labels usually lack the detail you really need to understand what a device can do. First up is my favorite, which is Zooz. As you know, I've evaluated quite a few Zooz products, and if you watch any of my videos where I'm reviewing a product, I always go over the parameters, the parameter file, and where to get it is usually in my video description. However, here's where I go. So if you go to their website at getzooz.com and go to support and knowledge base, and you will land here. What you can search for is the device name and the word advanced. Now you may be tempted to say parameters, but they call everything their advanced configuration page, I believe it is. I'm sorry, advanced settings page. So for example, on a Zen 12, I would do Zen 12 advanced. I'll get this Zen 12 motion dimmer advanced settings. Similarly, if I do this for like a Zen 05, say, I'll get the same type of advanced settings page. This advanced setting page goes over all of the parameters, how they work, what their various values are, byte size, etc. So I think, of all the manufacturers, Zooz is one of the best for having all the documentation available. You may want to bookmark this knowledge base. It's great to have. So next up, which is also a favorite, is Inovelli. So very similar to Zooz, if we go to their knowledge base, and if you search, again, there's several ways to do this, but I usually search for the part number of a given switch. But because if you just do, the red dimmer, say, there may be multiple versions of the red switch or the red dimmer, but you do come up with it. Right here it says red series dimmer switch parameters, and then here it tells you this is for the VZW31, for instance, but there's also an LZW31. So if we were to search for LZW31 parameters, if I could type, and here we see, here's the Gen 2 LZW31 parameters. This is a discontinued switch. But if you have this older one, this is the document you need. And Inovelli formats this differently. They have a nice table at the top. Usually it links to more description. So if you want to know what does maximum dim level mean, you simply click on it. Here you get some description, and you can open this up. It'll show you the range of values, the default byte size, and what version of firmware you need to access that. So Inovelli, just like Zooz, very easy, and they have a lot of the parameters easily available. So next up is Shelly. If you have any Shelly Z-Wave devices, I usually go to kb.shelly.cloud. And when you go there, you're here at the knowledge base, and you would simply search for the device you need parameters or information on. So let's say it's the Wave 1. You need to find it for your region. So I'm in the US. Here we go, Shelly Wave 1 US. This is the one I would need. And I have an LR version, so I would want this one. And here you go. Here's everything you'd ever want to know about this device. Shelly's knowledge base is stellar with lots of detailed information, including parameters. So if you scroll down here on the right and keep looking until you see Z-Wave parameters, here we go, setting parameters, click on that. Click in here for more detail, and here you go. Here's the programmable parameters for that particular device. So Shelly, Inovelli, and Zooz do a great job of providing documentation. Now, some manufacturers like GE and Jasco, I find there's no single wonderful place for their parameters. I usually Google search for them if I know the part number, or excuse me, the model number, search for those, and you'll find them in the oddest of places. But there are two centralized places you can go also for parameters. Both could potentially be a little outdated or slightly incorrect, so your mileage may vary, but they're great places to start if you just have nothing. And the first is the zwavealliance.org product database, which I'll put the link in the description, but it's products.z-wavealliance.org. And here you can literally search for what you're looking for. So you know, you can do by manufacturer or any of this. You know, and again, we'll just we'll pick like a like a Zen 58. Let's see if it's in here. There it is. There's the Zen 58. We go to more information and scroll down to configuration parameters, and here they are. Now I think, you know, again, this could be slightly outdated. The one at Zooz is the one I would really trust because it's going to have more detail, especially if things changed with firmwares. But if you have nothing else, this may actually be, you know, a great place to start. So let's just look up a Jasco device just for giggles. And yeah, here we have an in-wall smart switch. Let's just see what we have here for parameters. Configuration parameters, 1. The LED style is the only parameter configurable, at least what this says. So the other place to look is Z-Wave.js also has a very nice config database, which I find has almost everything in it with very, very minor exceptions, but also maybe slightly out of date depending. So let's see if we can find this. This product identifier is here, 46562. Let's see if we're lucky enough to find it. Here we go. Association groups. Now here it says there's 2 configuration parameters, 3 and 19. So it's got more than Z-Wave Alliance does. So it's probably a good thing to find. So you can start here in both of these places at the Z-Wave Alliance or devices.zwave-js.io to look for your configuration parameters in general. But I usually would recommend going to the manufacturer's page if you can. And for some other devices, the obvious place to look is in the instructions. The installation information that comes with some devices, especially older devices, may actually include the parameter information in the document. So this is just a Go Control Z-Wave switch, and here, right in the printed instructions that come with it, you can see it specifies the parameter. You know, your mileage may vary. So I would say a good practice is start with what's in the box, then move on to the manufacturer's website. And if none of that seems easy or applicable, maybe take a look at Z-Wave.js, and then worst case, go to Z-Wave Alliance. Of course, you could always open a support ticket with the device manufacturer directly. Most of their support departments will send you a detailed parameter list. However, sometimes with older devices, these databases or a good old-fashioned Google search might be your only answer. And the beauty of Z-Wave is older devices still work mixed in with more modern devices as well. I hope you found this video informative. If so, please click the like button. If you have any questions or requests for a future video, be sure to comment them below. And if you know anyone else who would find value in these videos, please share it with them and don't keep us a secret. Until next time, I'll see you online.